always succeed, but
It's not
I
good enough.
try. I try my best.
Jeez.
Everyone always told me that's what mattered.
As long as you tried your hardest, the rest
Oh
will
wow.
fall into place. It's
Jeez.
the effort that
I try to
counts,
follow
right?
through every time. Indeed.
Oh dear, calm down on that note. Well, it looks like we're all pretty much feeling exactly as enthused as each other. I feel terrible. I've had like head cold, man flu for like 3 days, which is good. It's nice.
Man,
Alana,
flu is legit.
how's your Sydney life treating you? There's about a zillion bugs going around at the moment, of which
Yeah, a bunch of people in
everyone's
the
dying.
office are sick, but so far I haven't caught anything. I really hope I don't in the next couple of days, though, because on Friday I'm flying up to Armidale for my friend's grad, so I don't want to be sick for that.
No, there's
That it's
better things to be sick for than that,
Yeah.
like a Holocaust or a war of some kind. How's your health, young chunt?
well, whatever I had a few weeks ago seems to be getting around Rocky. There's so many people I know that have been calling in sick, getting the squirts either end, and it's made for an interesting working period when you have like 3 or 4 people off work at once, and they're all got the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Big dittos. We've all been out and dead and whatever you.
indeed.
Anyway, we're not here to
That
talk
time of
about
year.
being doctors. None of us are doctors that I'm aware of.
Dr. Love.
Big love. No, but we need to do some talking about video games. We've it's 2 weeks since we sat down, I think. I don't know what was happening last week. I think there's only me and Alana that was around, and as much as we enjoy carrying conversations between ourselves, it's more fun when we're not.
I think we
Yes, I had a
actually.
surprise.
What did we do? We actually what?
I mean, didn't we just like go and play some game instead? Didn't we? Or were we going to
I
play
think
the Division?
we were going to play the Division.
Yeah, that never happened.
And even then, we both just ended up like going to sleep or something.
I'm so tired.
Irrespective, yeah, it's that change in the season. I think it's affecting lots of different things. But nevertheless, we are here now, and the topic for us to discuss today is because we've got through January, February, March, and April-ish. January, February, March, and nearly all of April now. The first quarter's done, and in terms of video games, it's usually a pretty quiet one. This doesn't feel like it's been that quiet. It feels like things have come out. It feels like people have been doing shit. There's been the whole VR ramp up, which we've spoke about at far too much length to even go into today. I think if you go back through the first 15 episodes of Plugged In, VR has been mentioned in every single one of them, including this one now, but it's not getting any more airtime until it's actually in my hands. So other than that, what's been big in Q1 for you? Chunt, you've got a smiley face. Tell me what's been big in Q1.
Well, not a lot to be honest. I must say Fallout 4 carried me over into the new year, and it's been a running joke for myself, and I still haven't touched Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Instead, I've been playing Sega Mega Drive. I've picked up some retro stuff and just been playing that a lot, which has been great. I don't know, to go back to those roots seems to be bringing back some kind of enjoyment as far as gaming goes. Lately, I just I haven't been bothered to want to sit down and play a modern game, just because I'm not sure if I mentioned it last time, but I hadn't played a game for about a month or so, and I had a spare few hours one night, and I thought I'll chuck on a game and put the disc in. About a gig-and-a-half update. So, well, shit, okay, and let that run. And as soon as that one is finished, an actual system update ran through. So you had to wait for that to go, and then I was like, well, I don't feel like playing that game anymore, so I put something else in. Another like 500 meg update. I was like, well, I'm pretty much over this, so I'll just watch the movie. So that kind of spurred me on to track down an original Mega Drive with some Sonic and Altered Beast, and I can just put the cartridges and play, and it's like it takes me way back, and bit of a nostalgia trip for myself. But I mean, I do feel bad because there's been some really awesome titles coming out and some beta things that I've kind of not really been interested in inadvertently or on purpose. I don't know, but I seem to have gotten some kind of not a resurgence or a revitalization to want to play modern games, but just playing these old games, it just reminds me how far games have come and where I started with my love of games. And but now Gears of War 4, the beta's come out, and I'm pretty sure I missed out on the Overwatch beta, which I was kind of keen on getting into, but I just didn't get around to it. Now there's all this new stuff. It's kind of getting me interested again, where I was pretty bored for a while. But that's my long answer to that question.
Fair enough. Alana, what about Q1 for you? Other than the hours spent in the division with me, what big things have happened?
There haven't been like many releases in Q1 for me, but the like 3 or 4 that there have been, I've put lots of hours into, so I've like gotten a lot of enjoyment out of Q1. There's been XCOM 2, which I just found a cool new mod for that. You can make your soldiers have relationships, and then like if one of them dies, it affects the other one. And it just seems really morbid, but also cool. So I kind of want to play through with that again. And there was also Hitman, which the second episode comes out like in a few days, so I'm pretty excited for that. And then Quantum Break, which I finished the other night. It's really fucking good, guys.
Awesome.
Jamie especially, you're gonna love it. It's really good.
About this at length.
Oh, it's so good.
I nearly caved with. I actually managed to find on one of the key sites, I managed to find a PC one that was like $34 Australian. So I was like, nah, I could. But then even when you were saying like, look, if it bugs out or there's anything wrong with it, it'll ruin the experience. Like, so.
Yeah, and the PC version, there just seems like there's so much wrong with it. So yeah, I think this is going to be the only time you ever hear me say this. So enjoy this, but don't buy this game on PC. Buy it on Xbox.
Oh wow!
The world just
feels
imploded.
Dead inside.
Boom.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta reevaluate my life. You can just do the podcast without me. It's fine.
We were talking about this. There was a point earlier in the week when I said to I can't remember what I was playing, but I'm like, I'm playing something on PC and I'm having to use a mouse and keyboard. It won't let me use a controller. And Alana's like, I'm sat playing an Xbox. What the fuck's going on here? Role reversals. That's the kind of thing I was talking about, though. We've had Quantum Break was March, wasn't it? It came out in March. Or was it start of April?
Oh no, it would have been the start of April. But yeah, anyway.
We're counting it as Q1 because reasons. There was, like you said, there was Hitman, which was Q1 as well. The Division was Q1. Is that amount of sort of... They all come from AAA publishers, right? All 3 of those games. I can't remember the last time that we had sort of 3 in a quarter like that, and it just it made me think that like is that gear away from, if you've got the fall season or sort of from late September through to November time when everyone tries to push games out because Christmas, is that disappearing quite a lot? Because then you look at Q2 as well, and even in the run up to E3 this year, there's quite a lot of stuff coming out. And I was keen to think if you guys would enjoy that or hate it. Would you prefer that they all come in one bulk around Christmas, or do you like your games being spaced out?
I like them being spaced out because if they all come out at Christmas, like, what am I going to play now? So, at the very start of the year, I had XCOM and I played that for ages, and then when I was finished that, I had Hitman, and then I had Quantum Break, and now moving on to other things. So, yeah, I like things being spaced out.
What about you, Chunt?
Yeah, probably I'd have to agree there, spaced out, but I think I learned a valuable lesson last year. Probably part of my reason I just don't feel like playing anything is because I think I exhausted myself with all the games I indulged myself in last year. Like guaranteed, it was like there was a point in time there for a good 6 or 7 months where it was like 2 games a month that I was trying to just smash out, which is awesome.
Especially over Christmas as well. Like that was silly. I'm just thinking from things that we talked about. With Halo, then Assassin's Creed, you got quite invested in Syndicate. And that's like, wow, now they're out of the way. Here's Fallout to play. Now here's Tomb Raider. And it's like it was just back to back to back to back.
Yeah, and there was like Gears of War Ultimate Edition. There was the Transformers Devastation. There was Forza 6, which I barely got to touch. There's a few other games in between all of that and the ones you just said. So, I'm just like, shit. And that's what I was saying earlier. I think last week I was like, man, I just cancelled most of my pre-orders because I don't think I want to go do that again. I want to be able to take my time and actually savor these games rather than just smash them out just because. Like, I know guaranteed, excuse me, I would have enjoyed Assassin's Creed a lot more had I taken my time with it. I would have probably liked to have actually experienced Forza 6. I think I did like 10 races and I was like, shit, cool. Okay, I've got that. I understand it. I've got another game to play now. And there's a couple other games where I was like, normally I would have just taken my time and I would have really savored it a lot more. But yeah, I just don't think I can, just for my own personal enjoyment, I don't think I'll be trying to replicate that this year, that's for sure. But in saying that, three or four games I pre-ordered this year got pushed back to next year anyway, so who knows?
With the nature of delays. And you might not know what's happening. I'll come in. I don't off the top of my head. I've got a foggier head than like Hull, which is a horrible place in England. You guys won't get that. So it's Q2 is here. It's actual. We will give Quantum Break. It's kind of the big release at the start of Q2. What else is coming this quarter that you think? Now I kind of have to tie it over to that. Like, what's the next thing that we're looking at? What's the next thing we want to play? What's the next thing that we're like, hurry the fuck up and come out now? Alana, you're smiling because we share one of those, but I also predict a second one to be The Witcher, the expansion for that, which is due Q2. So I've guessed
Yes, The Witcher and like equal.
No, go on, you've started.
The Witcher and equal parts the Gwent cards that come with it, like the physical ones, because I got 2 decks with the first DLC. But I've just been waiting this whole time, like months and months, to finish my collection. So that'll be good. It's like 60-40 excitement for the game itself and then for the Gwent cards.
Which is the 60?
Nice.
60 is the game, just.
Just anything else that you're like, this needs to come now?
No Man's Sky. I want that. I want that now.
That's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, 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 very interesting. And although it was one of the games I bought at PlayStation 4, it can fuck off if I'm playing on PC.
Yeah.
It is still an unplugged paperweight underneath my TV. The last time I turned that machine on must have been January.
Wow.
Proof that you do not need both consoles this generation. Chunt, what about you, mate? Anything Q2 got your eye on?
The new Turtles game.
I completely forgot that was a thing. Indulge me.
Yeah, man. It's a new Turtles game made by Platinum Studios. They did Transformers Devastation last year, and they did. I think they worked on some Avatar game. Don't quote me. They might have had something to do with Bayonetta as well. At least part of the team. It's kind of the same. If you've played Transformers Devastation, or if you've seen that, it's pretty much the same, but reskinned for Turtles, and it just looks insane fun. So I'm really looking forward to that. It looks like they've put a bit more effort into the level creation and progression this time. So it's not just going to be fan service, and that's about it. So it looks like it has a story. And just because the movie's coming out, I grew up with the Turtles. I was a Turtles kid in the 90s, and this kind of harkens back to the original 80s cartoon, but the stylized version of the comics. So it's a myriad of a combination of all Turtles in one kind of game. That's what it looks like to me, so I'm pretty excited for it. As for everything else, maybe I might indulge in some Fallout 4 DLC, the Automatron. I think I might give that a go, but other Q2 stuff, I haven't really been paying much of attention because, like I said, 3 of the 4 games I was really keen on this year got pushed back to next year, so I was like, well, okay, I'll just have another look when I've got nothing to do.
Yeah, Fallout DLC is something that I'm scared to invest in. The last time I had Fallout in my Xbox, it stayed there for 90 played hours. So.
All right. Yeah.
So yeah, I needed to.
Destiny as well. I'd like to get back to, which I'm surprised I'm saying, but if it's good to go back to, I'll gladly go back to it.
You see, I'm not too sure. So they had their spring update, which was like last week, 1.1 for the Division and the 2.0 update for the Taken King. came out the same day, which was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially on console, the console player base for those two games are very, very similar. So it's like, oh, what do I do? What do I play? Like, it's just a grind fest. I tried to play Destiny for about half an hour, and very quickly realised that I'd have to get involved. I'd have to go into strike missions. I needed to do challenge elders, and like, I had to gear up for this. And I was like, oh, not now. Nah. When
Oh dear.
either I'll play it through with you, Chun, or I'll wait until the big content update that's going to come September-ish, which will be another Taken King size thing. I'll wait till then.
Oh, sweet. Cool, yeah. I mean, I can
But
wait
anyway.
until that, easy.
Yeah, exactly. It's not something that's pressing. For me, Q2, yeah, Alana nailed two of the three things that I'm super excited about, being No Man's Sky. It's just got to come out now, and I hope it's as good as they've been letting us believe. And Witcher DLC, I still need to finish that. I'm only about 50-60% through the first DLC, but I was really enjoying that, and then games started coming out, and I sort of shelved it for a while. But it's something that I tend to go back to when, like, I didn't even finish it until sort of the end of last year, early this year. So it'd be cool to jump into some of that stuff. And fucking Overwatch has my attention.
Overwatch, yes.
That's what I was saying when I said there's one that we share. Because
I know, I realised that, like...
We've not stopped talking to
I realised
each other
that
about
like
it
a
all
minute
week.
ago, I was like, oh, he's talking about Overwatch. Yeah, I haven't stopped thinking about it all week. Like, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, man, I wish I could play some Overwatch right now.
Yeah,
I've reinstalled TF2 on my new computer just so I can play something that's like similar to it.
So I installed TF2 about a day ago. I went in for like 10 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I did the tutorials, and I have to play it with mouse and keyboard. It does not have controller support. This is going to be an ongoing problem that you hear me talk about. I struggle like fuck being left-handed. Like, to mouse and keyboard, it's difficult. I want it on the opposite side. I know that I can configure it and all that shit, but it's fucking effort. So Overwatch, yeah, I stupidly bought an account that had the beta attached to it, and then in trying to change the information for the account, locked the account. So I managed to play about 2.5 hours. So imagine that feeling that we have now, Alana, where it's, I wish I could play Overwatch. My experience was I played it for about an hour before I went to bed. I'm keen as fuck to play it when I get home from work, and now I'm locked out. And now Blizzard are being assholes because of the way that I acquired the account and tried to change the domains. So apparently it's not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to buy and sell accounts, even though people do it for Warcraft all the time, and that's a fucking Blizzard thing as well. Here's segueing, kind of. Yeah, Overwatch, and that'd be the next big thing, I think. So that's what, May time. Did we get that?
Well,
Yeah,
I
mate.
just brought up a list of games just to get an idea of what's actually coming. Doom. I'm surprised I forgot about that. Doom's coming in May.
I'll talk to you about Doom in a bit.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst is in May.
I'm excited for that as well. Really
Mighty
keen.
Number 9 apparently is coming out in May.
Yeah, but that's been coming out since like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I know. Adrift, I guess that's another one's coming out.
I'll buy it on Oculus when that arrives.
Battleborn,
Apparently it's
that's
pretty
another one.
Again, I'll talk to you about that in a little bit.
Yes, I mean, so we got enough coming, especially far out in May. I mean, that's pretty hectic. I guess you just have to pick your flag and stick with it. But I'm probably gonna skip Doom. I didn't get my fill of Halo 5, and I feel guilty. I want to go back to it, and I can only manage one shooter at a time because I'm kind of exhausted on first-person shooters or first-person games in general. But yeah, Mirror's Edge. I mean, I know that's first-person, but damn, it looks interesting. Like it's interesting enough for me to want to kind of give it a go. I'm really keen for Mighty Number 9 because that's right up my alley. Even though I suck hardcore at Mega Man, but if it's as good as Mega Man, I'll enjoy it. I'm kind of like in the camp of I want to get into Overwatch, but like, and then you got Battleborn, which is a similar-minded type of game by the looks, but something about Overwatch's presentation just really grabs me, so I'm more than likely probably going to head that way. But I mean, there's enough there. I mean, Q2 seems like it's going to be pretty kick-ass for a lot of people. So
So you've teed up the ease to segue into beta talk very well there.
yes.
Because 3 of the games that you just mentioned were in beta last week. I played all 3 of them, and if the industry's going this way where that is the new trend, and now we know MOBAs have been a big thing PC-wise for a while now, but those 3 games, while they play completely different, they feel very similar, if that makes any logical sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Overwatch is categorically the best of them, and it's also the one I've spent the least amount of time playing. Battleborn is basically a MOBA with Borderlands attached to it. It's Borderlands quirkiness, kind of fun, character design, the cell shading. You can tell it's a 2K game. You can tell it's been done by a similar team to what's worked on Borderlands. The other one that falls into that camp is Gigantic. Now, I played the beta for that. Again, it's character-based, sort of arena-style MOBA stuff.
That looked cool.
Its characters are a lot more engaging than Battleborn's.
They feel a bit more unique, but again, like I can't get over Overwatch. The balance of the characters and the set tasks that a character has is fantastic. Like the different support class, you've got support, you've got tanks, healers, assault, regular things. Everybody's got a designated kind of role, and that just felt the most balanced. The characters are the most likable. The fact that they're accompanying everything with animated shorts as well is fucking brilliant.
Yeah, that's cool.
I watched something today that Alana, I'll talk to you about when we're not on air because it takes up time and it's quite a fun thought. But yeah, that's what I've been playing all week. Betas. Doom, Chunt. I didn't enjoy original Doom. I'm in the camp of people that should be like burned alive at the stake, but I know that I respect that that's where the first-person shooter genre kind of started, and I fucking love first-person shooters. So I respect it, but it's not for me. I played Doom both on the PC and on the Xbox, and they actually run as well as one another. Like there's no categorical wow, this plays better. But what I was happy about, and this is what I was talking to Alana about, probably playing Overwatch on PC because it has controller support, is I was holding my own. Like, and playing a game like Doom, which is a shooter on PC, it felt comfortable. Like, sniping was hell fun. Do you know what I mean? It's like, this feels good. And then I went and played it on the Xbox, and I was like, right, I can feel the delay in moving my right stick when aiming down sight. It's not happening quick enough for me, so I'm like turning the sensitivity up and fucking around with that. And it's like, right, so which is more fun for me to play on? But the thing that took me more out of it was I'm enjoying playing this, to the point where people were messaging me going, let's go play the Division, we need to gear for this incursion, and I go, I'm just playing Doom for a bit. I turned down a Division invite to play Doom, which I was like, right, clearly I'm enjoying this game.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, I was like, clearly I'm enjoying this game, right? So I played that for a good few hours. I enjoyed it thoroughly. So, Chunt, if you were to reevaluate any decision, it'd probably need to be that one, mate. And the one to get into Overwatch, but getting into that, like I said, is impossible. I had to buy an account. I think Alana, did you play? You had it as a weekend let-in?
Yeah, they let a bunch more people in for like a little mini extended beta, but yeah, I only got a few games in, but I'm already addicted. I know that I'm going to buy it like as soon as it comes out, and I'm just going to play it forever, and that's going to be what my life
is. There what, Chuck?
No.
Campaign. No, I think they're looking like they are going to tell the story via either an animated series or a movie or a series of shorts or something. Which I'm totally fucking fine with, because the cinematic trailer and the 2 shorts that they've done so far are brilliant.
They're gorgeous.
They are Pixar level of brilliant. Like, this is fucking wicked. And that's what I think actually got me invested in the characters. So the characters that are in the cinematic trailer appear to be the characters that people are going to first. I know the first character I played as was Widowmaker, and then after that I played as, what's the big monkey called? Winston.
Winston.
That was hard. No, I did not enjoy that with a mouse and keyboard. I was having none of that shit. But great fun, good characters, likable characters.
That sounds okay to me. Like, that's what I missed from. It sounds like Titanfall. You can just jump in. It's multiplayer only. There's some very light story elements. Where I really enjoyed Titanfall, but I wasn't invested enough to really kind of hang in there. So if they're kind of offsetting the multiplayer only aspect with story content outside of the game, I'm okay with that, as long as it gives me more to kind of enjoy that world that they're building. I love that stuff with games. I don't just play it just for the game a lot of the time. I like the story and the characters, and it makes it memorable for me. So if they're doing that, if they're kind of offsetting it in a way, that's okay. I guess I could probably get into that, because then when you go into the game, you can enjoy it anyway, and you kind of already, I like this character I'm playing. And just to go back, like playing these old games, there's like no story. The game itself like tells its own story, like, and you kind of, a lot of times I remember playing old games and you kind of make it up yourself. Like, it's kind of changed my perspective on a few things, where I'm like, well, maybe I should be a bit more open-minded to some of these multiplayer-only games, even if there is no story. At least it's fun, just like old games used to be. Like Altered Beast back in the day, I had no idea what the friggin' story was. Some ghost creature was like, "Rise from your grave," and I appeared out of a stone, and I just punched dudes the whole game. And that was fun. And Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm like, who the hell's this? I just started jumping and collecting rings, but I enjoyed the shit out of it. So it's a bit of a reawakening, I guess you could call it. So I'm like, the Overwatch, it has a collector's edition, right? It's got a statue. Am I right in saying that?
You are correct, but the statue is not of the fucking character that it needs to be of. It is the worst character they could put in that fucking box. It is of the boring Captain America-esque fucking character. And when they've got the plethora of characters that they have at their disposal, why the fuck is it that one? I'd have bought it. I'd have bought the collector's edition if it had had one of the more interesting characters.
Doom's one of the big monster dudes with rocket launchers on its shoulders. I can understand that, but I mean, I thought Doom, you were playing as the Marine, the Master Chief, the pre-Chief.
Yeah, but you hit like that whole thing with the stuff coming out of it. I can't remember what they call it now, but when you get the rune in the game, you pick up like the rune that turns you into that monster thing,
Demon.
And you can you just fucking roll around melting people for like 30 seconds, and that's super fun. That's really fun, because you're not untouchable, so you have to be wary that people are shooting at you. But I had like a 9 kill streak when I was that thing, and I was like, this feels satisfying.
Nice.
But yeah, to the collector's edition point, I'm not interested in either of them. The statue's wrong for Overwatch. All the free stuff that you get in the Origins edition, so you're paying for literally a statue in the box that it comes in that you've got nowhere to put. So,
it's a Steelbook edition, right?
I'm not sure if it's a Steelbook. The Origins edition just comes with loads of stuff for Blizzard titles. So you get like Mercy's Wings and Diablo and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I'd enjoy that. I still play Diablo every now and then. Turn it on, I've got Mercy's Wings. That's a bonus, I guess.
Nice.
Alana, have you played anything in beta season other than Overwatch?
No, just a little bit of Overwatch. Yeah.
And you wish you
and
could
I mean,
more.
I wish I could have played more. I can't wait for it to come out. Yeah, but I was never a Doom fan growing up, and everything I've seen about this new one, it's not winning me over. I mean, yeah, like you said, I appreciate what it did for the industry or whatever, but just doesn't appeal to me. And Battleborn as well, I played that at the EV Expo, and it was kind of fun, but afterwards was just like, eh. So, yeah, beta season has just been all about Overwatch for me.
Yeah, and it's
then
crazy
crying.
that we can even say that there is such thing. I've never known so many betas in 1 week ever.
I know, I can't really complain about not having enough betas to play.
Well, as I said, for me, Overwatch ruled the roost. Battleborn was fun, but after 2 hours, I was done with it. Doom, I only got to play. I actually tried to play Doom more. So I'd finished playing for like one session. I tried to play it like yesterday night or something, and it was like, the servers are offline. I'm like, oh, you cunt. I was looking forward to that. So yeah,
I'll
I
have to
didn't get
keep an eye
play
out for a steelbook edition of Doom then, see if they've got one. So I'm a sucker for steelbooks, man.
You like that hard close?
Oh yeah,
It's
sure
not
do.
plasticky in the slightest.
It's fancy and shiny.
My voice is struggling to carry on, continue talking stuff. So what have you actually played this week, other than Alana, Overwatch? What have you actually been playing in terms of video games?
Overwatch and Quantum Break. Although I haven't played Quantum Break at all this week. I finished it last Saturday, and I pretty much marathoned the whole thing in one day. This week I've been working and watching Zenith. That's what I've been doing at night. I haven't actually played anything.
Xena the Warrior Princess.
Yeah.
She
It's
was
so
hot back in
corny,
the
but
day.
it's so good.
Was there a crossover with Hercules? I feel like there was.
Yeah, there were like a bunch of them. He came to her show, she came to his.
I'm just trying to flash back to being a child when that was happening and being like blown away that they were in the same TV program.
Yeah.
Moving away from that, Chunt, other than your retro games, what retro games have you been playing?
This for one.
Altered
Altered Beast,
Beast.
yeah. Yeah, and this guy right here, where it all started for me.
That Hedgehog, mate.
And
Where
Sonic
else started
2.
for me, actually.
Oh my god, yes.
First
Oh
game
man,
I
I've got
played.
Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles coming in the post. I have all the Sonics on their way. I'm fucking stoked.
It's the first video
Seriously,
game I
man.
ever completed, Sonic 2. And I believe I
nice.
was about
Very
4
good.
years old,
Oh,
which is ridiculous.
I never, in my entire life, since having a cartridge version, like I bought this again recently. I don't have any of my old original stuff. I just rebought them all, and I finished it, but I never finished it with the emeralds. Last Friday was the first time in my entire 30 years of being on this planet I actually finished Sonic 1 with all the Chaos Emeralds. I'm sorry, but to me that is quite the achievement in life.
Damn straight. Very well done. And it was done on a CRT screen,
Thank you.
which would blind people
Oh.
these days. So you know.
Bloody
Props
oath,
to that.
man! It's totally retro. This corner over here. Got my Xbox One right next to it, connected to this monitor, so it's like, oh, best of both worlds happening right here. I love it.
There's Baby Chunt. Here's New Chunt. Here's adult
Yeah, man.
Chunt.
Yeah.
Wicked. Well,
Yeah.
we will wrap there because my throat's killing. I need to stop talking because I need my voice to do my real job.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much for joining me, guys. I actually haven't played anything other than what we've just talked about. Everything's been beta. Oh, one thing. I played a round of Firefight in Halo 5. Do you know how that
Oh,
changes
rad.
it up?
Oh, that's something else I need to get back to.
It doesn't
How?
change it much at all. It just means that there's not an enemy team and you just fight increasing waves of. It's like Firefight from Reach, the best Halo ever made.
Oh, sweet.
It's basically just that mode.
Debatable.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll save that debate for another time. Can't be arsed.
Yeah, I love Firefight, man. I can't wait to get back into that, especially in
It
Halo
was
5.
good. So, but even that, this is the stupid thing. Even that was a beta. It was a beta
Yeah.
for firefights. It's like the fucking buzzword of the industry at the minute.
Another beta.
Well, we'll see.
head.
We'll see people and viewers and things next week. If you have watched us, thank you for putting up with us for this long. We'll come out of beta next week, and then it'll be a fully fledged product when we've ironed the bugs out. And by bugs, I mean literal ones. We will see you then. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Bye.
No worries. Toodaloo.